this, folks. I've come down here to one of my favourite places in Scotland. It's the little lime kiln of Boddin that I have been at recently in a video, but when I parked up at the top today, I was going to be going for a coastal walk and exploring some of the bits that I've never been at before, but we'll probably do that in a future video, because it looked like from the car park, it looked like a part of the lime kiln might have fallen down since the last time we were there, and I just thought, like, why not just do a video and wait to go for a crazy little walk around here exploring. And like, I'm always just amazed by the landscape. It's so cool I can like share it on a video, and it almost looks just like a painting or something that you would see. It's the natural landscape of Scotland there, folks. And today there's some absolutely crazy waves ripping in to the cove here at Boddin. It's just an incredible bit of coast here, and I just love exploring it. There's so many little nooks and crannies to explore. There's little ruined like bits of history and abandoned history all the way up the coast here in Angus. And there's a little cottage in the far distance, and then there's a whole like abandoned community there, massive buildings. And then leading on, Lunan Bay's up there at the other side of that kind of rocky coastal area. And then there's the ruins of Red Castle, which is an ancient Scottish castle. There's just so much history all in one area on the east of Scotland here. It's so cool that I can come and document it. And today there's like no wind at all, which is so rare out here in Scotland. There's like a crazy mist coming in off the sea. I just love adventures like this, folks. It's like the character of the land itself. It's just so special to explore. Every time you come down to the coast, it's like a different atmosphere, different energy, depending on the sea. I can see a massive heron's just taking off and it's flying away across there. There's a lot of waves today down here. It often amazes me that the sea can be rough even though there's no wind, and then other days it can be super windy, but yet the sea is just super calm. So it's just, it is crazy often, the nature and the power of the waves and stuff. This used to be a hustling, bustling fishing community down here at Boddin, and the last relics of that remain here on this piece of land. It's crazy to think these boats at one time were somebody's daily source of income. And they would have been going out there into the sea, maybe dropping down like creel nets and catching crabs, whatever else. Look, here's something similar to what they might have had on their boats back then. They still use these to this day when they're out on the little fishing boats in this area of Angus, but the fishing's just a tiny thing now here. It's all been taken over by like bigger companies and moved to like Peterhead, places like that up north. The wee communities like these little places are gone a long time ago, and even towns now like Arbroath, the fishing's dying out, which is sad, because it used to be such a big source of local income here in the area, and it was probably one of the main occupations back then for people of this area. Look at this, folks. Here's where the old winch used to be mounted when they used to winch the boats up and down this ramp. All weather conditions. Must have been wild back then, like so dangerous being out at sea. The North Sea is crazy, folks. And look, you can see here like the last remains of this boat ramp. It's just sheared off with the force of the weather, and wow, folks, this is insane. Look, you can actually see there, I think more of this is actually broken away since I last looked at this. I think last time I came even to the lime kiln, like, that was all I looked at. I've not been down here for a look on a video for ages. I just love the adventure, folks. Yeah, I can actually see this whole area is like sheared off, and more of that is dropped down. Whoa, the water's spraying up here. I think under there now, the sea's actually starting to come underneath that bit. As the years pass, the land just changes. It is crazy, folks. And then look at this up here. It's crazy the way that you can see the earth on top of the stone. The way it's all eroded away. It's craziest I've seen, folks. When the tide's out, you're able to walk quite far, like around this area, but yeah. today we're away to have a look at, and we're going to see if anything has broken off the lime kiln, because from the car park at the top of the hill, it looked like the massive overhanging bit nearest the sea had like dropped down. So it'd be cool to document that on this video. And because there's zero wind today, it's the perfect time just to document the cool like little bit of fishing heritage of this area. That's what we're all about on this channel, folks. Recording history and stuff before it's gone forever. Sometimes when I go on adventures, can you just find something that's just not been seen in years by most people? Sometimes there's old abandoned bothies or houses, little button bends just heading up the coast. I love to see that and imagine how it was back in the day, folks. It's like almost travelling back in time when you see some of this old historical artefacts. Look at that, folks. I'm not sure. It obviously had an engine, but I'm not sure if they had like a backup set of oars or something that they used. Oh, okay, what I'm thinking. Look, they've had. I was thinking the engine there would have been powering them along, which they likely did have that, because look, it must have come out there. But see another thing they've had, look, they must have winched their nets up over here, and look, you can actually see the wear of the grooves in that from the wire rolling over that as they winched up the heavy like nets or the heavy pots on the bottom of it, whatever they were using. It's cool to see that. That's history almost gone forever. The wear in the metal, it shows how used it was. It was probably the boy's main like piece of apparatus for earning his income. Yeah, it's super dangerous going near the edge here because it's all underwashed. Like, wow, look down there. Yeah, that is crazy, folks. Crazy environment. There's a massive boat here harboured out in the sea, probably waiting to go into the Montrose harbour, which is like a mile up the coast. It's so cool to see this, folks. I'm wanting to go around the edge of this lime kiln, really. Look at the crazy erosion on the land here. Just think the tide often comes up to this height, folks, so it's a crazy tidal range you get here in this part of the country. This is a crazy massive old lime kiln, folks. It featured recently on a video, so I'll not go into detail with it today, but I'm wanting to go through it here and climb down and go around the side of it here, because I'm wanting to see if part of it has broken off since my last adventure. Look at this. Yeah, see, it maybe doesn't actually look too bad, because I was thinking part of this here had broken off at the top. Wow, these waves are ripping in. I'm not going to be able to get round there today, folks. I was going to try and go right around the side of here, but yeah, it's been cool just to have a look. It looks to me like there's not been a lot broken off, if anything. Wow, what an adventure this place is, folks. There's a crazy roar from the sea when the waves is coming in like that. It's just amazing. To the right hand side here, there's actually an old World War II gun position up here in the side of the hill. Wow, look at these rippers coming in here. I often theorise this circle in the ground here was some sort of like World War II foxhole potentially, or defensive lookout position. Look at this here, folks. The waves is ripping in there. It shows that like the reef under the water here must be gradually sloping up, causing these big rip curlers. Other parts of the coast, there's not huge waves like that because the nature of the rocks under the water breaks the flow. At one time here at the lime kiln, like on the old maps and stuff, it still looks like there's land right around the outside of it, because so much of this earth and stuff has eroded away over the years. At one time the earth went right out across there, and it's just been gradually worn away. And last time I came here it was so windy, I didn't come up to the top of here and document the top of it. So here we are today. I'll get a better look from here, like if anything's broken off of this place. You can see the thick walls. And this was an industrial centre at one time. It wasn't only like the fishing community. There was this massive lime kiln, which would have been a big operation in its day. The only place that I've seen a bigger lime kiln than this was when I was at Loch Erbal up at the north of Scotland. Like, yeah, it's got a massive lime kiln with 4 of these big furnaces, whereas this one's got 2 of them. But some people mistakenly think like these are old forts or something like that when they see them on the coast, because they're constructed out of the big natural stone. From the car park, when I parked, it looked like this section here had come off. But you can see down there, there's just literally nothing holding it hardly. Yeah, it's crazy, folks. This whole bit of land is just gradually disappearing and falling away. History's getting deleted. Check it out, here's the top of one of the kilns. It would have been like a big furnace at one time with a limestone in it. They turned it to like a powdered form and they used it for various purposes, making cement and stuff back in those days. Since the first time I came here, all that has fallen down. That used to be right up. That's how it's cool to document this, as it changes over the years and you can see it gradually decaying and nature taking over. Our lifetime's just a small window in time with a thing like this. It's from generations before us. Since they abandoned it, it's just gradually decayed. But when that wall used to be complete, seagulls used to get stuck down there because they would go in and then they weren't able to fly out. They couldn't get their momentum. So quite often there used to be seagulls in there. But you know what, folks, it's the craziest of scenes. Because I think in like World War II, this was abandoned. But they had actually used sections of it which have been backfilled now, and they would have maybe had like ammo storage and stuff, because they had a little gun emplacement down in one of the original lime kiln holes here. Because before this massive double construction we've just looked at, there was actually a single little lime kiln there, which first shows on the oldest maps. And that's the wee like circular thing which they would have converted with cement and stuff into a proper lookout. It saved them having to like make a kind of defensive position from scratch. Look here, folks, the whole wall is totally bowing out there. And underneath this structure, where the sea is right now, there's actually caves that go way under deep. If they were to collapse, they're right underneath the foundations. One day this will just be down. It's crazy, folks. There's been so much stone construction here at one time. It almost looks like there's been a bit of a ramp to get up there, or even more of a wall around this whole area. Maybe there was proper walls to stop people like falling off the top. So there we go, folks. I've not been here for ages on the video, and it's been cool to come back and see what it's about, see if that's fallen down or no, which it still hasn't. But I'm sure there is a bit of the old boat ramp that we looked at that's definitely changed since the last time I was here. So it was cool to see it. It's been a fun adventure, but I'm going to end it here, folks. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you very soon with the next one.